What better way of getting a whole community to come together than do it under the guise of a social experiment? In honour of April Fool's Day, we are today going to be talking about one of the biggest collaborative projects I have ever seen online. With what we're talking about today occurring in April 2017, we are of course talking about Our Place. Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and if you have 250,000 Reddit users all in a single thread, you know that you're going to bring the absolute worst of what the internet has to offer all in one nice tidy place. Reddit has always been a place that takes April Fools to a different place, making social experiments for its users, including the button in 2015, when users had, well, a button to press, with a timer next to it. And what was the whole point of it? Well, I think it was a matter of restraint more than anything else. This timer would slowly count down, but if anybody, and yes I mean anybody, pressed that button, the timer reset, meaning that it was a test of patience. What happened if the timer reached 0? No one knew. The social restraint and community built around this button would be the perfect precursor to this strange and unique experiment that would get the community involved, known simply as Our Place. On the 1st of April 2017, users were shown a blank canvas of 1000 by 1000 pixels, with a total of 1 million pixels on the screen. This space was for the users. No one really knew exactly what it was immediately, but it soon became very clear what the intention was. Registered users could edit the canvas by adding a single coloured pixel from a 16 colour palette. After each pixel was placed, a timer prevented the user from placing any pixels for a period of time varying from 5 to 20 minutes. The first hour, understandably, was not really anything that brilliant. It was basically just a whole bunch of random people going on and throwing a dot down somewhere and only realising exactly what it was they were interacting with. Yes, there were a few rudimentary designs such as a space invader and random shapes and whatnot, but the first true significant thing that was on the board was the colour blue. Yep, that's it, just the colour blue. Nothing too elaborate at this stage, but many people decided to start adding their blue dots in one particular corner of the canvas. That's right, just a bunch of blue pixels, apparently being an homage to Pokemon in some strange way. Something else that would take shape from the early days was a long rainbow road spanning from one side of the canvas to the other, a central piece of this very large collaborative project. And when I say collaborative project, what I mean is fighting for control of territory and representation. Whilst 1 million pixels does seem like a lot of space, over time the blue pixels would start to take over, and for people to actually create unique and original designs, they would simply just get swallowed up and consumed by the wave of blue pixels. You can see a quick time lapse here of what went down in these early hours, but if you think about it, each pixel is a different user making a choice as to where to place a pixel, without being able to do so for another 5 to 20 minutes. Therefore, you could never achieve anything by working on a project solely. If you want anything done with lasting effects, you need to form groups, teams, alliances, in order to keep your design on the board. You know, unless you had a bot, or many people coerced under your rule of thumb to do whatever you wanted. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, but on the most part, this was communities coming together to add their own flavour to the canvas. This is why I believe the colour blue, or blue corner, shall we say, was so successful in the early hours of this project. Mainly because it was a simple idea. It was just the colour blue. You didn't need really any much coordination, apart from the fact that we are painting this entire canvas blue. And that was that. You're part of a collective now, that of the cult of blue. It's hard to cover everything that happened in such a short space of time, but I can provide you with some of the highlights, such as the guy that tried to propose on the space, but seemingly his message got wiped out by another message that was less than savoury. Flags of countries started to appear, with a very poor Union Jack amongst them. Country flags would even appear and invade other flags for space and domination. The canvas was even historically accurate, with France's flag being completely swamped by Germany. I love history. The flags were everywhere, from political affiliations LGBTQ plus flags, logos from video games, brands, and even the Mona Lisa. Art meets art. Over time, these communities would come together and coordinate a lot more with what they wanted to do, find their own space, and control the section to ensure that whatever their interests are, you can keep them on that canvas, and prevent other people from either going over them or completely wiping them out. Either you were a creator or a destroyer. The choice was up to you. Everything seemed peaceful for so long, but that was until the Void Nation attacked. From the centre of the canvas, a dark, devouring void cracked out the canvas, trolls creating black pixels for the sole purpose of destroying all the art on the canvas. It of course took the combined might of the other communities to withstand the devastation and to drive back the void. Like I said, there is an awful lot to cover here, so I'm just going to go over some very quick time lapses just to give you an idea of what the board looked like over the coming hours when this was all going down. After 72 hours, 72 long hours, the board was frozen, a snapshot in time of our place. This was the final canvas that all the users on Reddit managed to come together and create. Immortalized for all time, and as you can see, there is so much creativity, but also so much chaos. That's a lot of work to put into the space of 3 days. Whilst there's been a bunch of knockoff versions of this project, this is the one, the OG, the Our Place project. There is so much detail in this canvas, and even just looking through the time lapse, you can see so many different things happening, being built, being torn down, trolling, everything going on in the space of just 3 days. Like I said, there is an awful lot to cover, so there won't be everything here, but by all means, I fully implore you to either look at the time lapse of this or the final finished product to have a good look at everything that is on this canvas. It is truly something remarkable and a true testament to a milestone of internet history. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. You know what? Honestly, I absolutely love these social experiments that Reddit does pretty much every year. This one in particular, hence why I made a video on it. And I even remember when it first happened, going on and placing one red pixel myself, placed it down just in the middle of nowhere and thought, great, that's my contribution to this moment in history. Little did I know at the time what it would lead to, but hey, somewhere in that whole time lapse there is a single red dot. That is me. And well, you know, even if it's 1 pixel in a million, which probably got very quickly erased, that 1 pixel was mine. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.